Hey guys, this is going to be a little different. It's not a reaction. It's not a one of my more insightful ramblings or setting the tones. In fact, this is going to be a video inspired by one of you guys. Somebody that I actually enjoy talking to on Twitter, and especially not Avi Kaplan. She noticed when I posted the new setup, part of the record collection that I have, the vinyl collection, and suggested doing something like this. So I pulled out a stack just to give you an idea of how weird I really am, and one in particular that I want you to listen to, because I think it alone may change just a viewpoint, and I really don't think many people have heard it before. But I'm going to show you a few, and I didn't pull out the AC/DCs or the Zeppelins or the Stones or the Missy Elliott's or Prince or Tom, any of the stuff that's like mainstream and you would know. There may be one or two in here that younger people would know today. There's a handful in here that I'm sure most of you will recognize. But I must warn you that some of the sleeves are beaten terribly. Some of this vinyl has come just randomly from places that didn't take care of it. Now, the vinyl itself is in extraordinary condition, but the sleeve has taken a beating. So I'm going to run through a handful, and then I'm going to play you something I really like, something I just like to listen to. So I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping these will get in view. I'm not sure how many of you people remember Burt Bacharach. I have more than one of his vinyl hiding behind me. Or one of my parents, or my mother's especially, favorites, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Part of the reason I started playing trumpet when I did. More of a mainstream that, along with someone like Barry Manilow, you may think I don't listen to, or Neil Diamond. I have Barbra Streisand. Things like Guy Lombardo. Or, and someone like Peter Hollins would appreciate things like this. Cabaret. I actually have 2 copies of The Sound of Music. This one has taken quite a beating, and it was done by the original Broadway cast. It's Oliver. And I really don't think any collection like this would be near complete without, of course, West Side Story. Things that I picked up that, albeit I don't know the language, speak to me in a way. Marco Antonio Muniz, the trio Belcanto. I've picked up a lot of things over the years, and sadly, I've lost a ton. House damage took a good bit away from me, and one of the houses we lived in, one of the main water lines of the house broke. Country, Charlie Rich. Things like the Everly Brothers. Or, again, comes from my parents, Tennessee Ernie Ford. And a very young looking Conway Twitty. Or an even younger looking Merle Haggard. Another vinyl that I think most people would have a copy of, Steely Dan. Just something that you really have to listen to at some point in it. digital reproductions are one thing, but there's something special about listening to vinyl and that hiss and pop. Its character, and you listen to it enough that you know every crack in your records. Uh, people like Linda Ronstadt or Jim Croce, Carly Simon, Carole King, and a swing in the other direction, the OJs, the Supremes. One of my personal favorites, Grand Funk. Oh my goodness, I love funk. Especially George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic was, I lived by that for years. People like Bobby Womack. A classic that I know this person's voice changed. Actually, this particular record changed a bit of music, and that was Shaka Khan, Rufusized. If you have not listened, you really should go listen to what she does and what they do. I did pull out one that most people will know the name of, but I pulled it out more because I don't think many people have seen the vinyl, the artwork. And if anyone knows what it is without me saying, I'll be impressed. It's an original copy of Pink Floyd's Animals. Pink Floyd is another just major influence, and part of that is because of my addiction history, and their music really speaks to that side. But from that, they are phenomenal musicians. Now that's a little sample, and if you look at the other video, you'll see there's a couple hundred behind me. There's still 100 or so that aren't here. And if you combine them with my daughter's boyfriend, we're looking at a couple thousand. What I want you to listen to, and it probably will not relate to a lot of people, but it's something that impresses me because it has a bit of brass, it has a bit of woodwind, it has a taste of funk, a taste of island, and a vocal that is reminiscent of that. There's 3 decades from, say, the 40s to the 70s of soul singers. And it's Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah band. Now the track that I'm going to play for you, I don't know how to explain it. It's part of it is in French, and it's called The Gigolo and I. If anybody wants more information on it, I'd be more than happy to. And if somebody actually wants a recording of it, if they can't find it, it may take me a bit to set this up to record, but I will, just because it's something you don't find every day. And honestly, this was my daughter's boyfriend turned me on to this. And it's kind of like the way you guys have been sending music my way via YouTube. There's certain things that just speak to me that otherwise I would never have heard. So give me a second, because I have to drop the arm on the turntable, and it's actually behind the camera because of the way this is set up. So let's see if I can reach. And I've got to adjust the volume. Beautiful horn section. French has that nice little island feel. And if you listen to the bass line, you pick up that taste of funk. Love it. her vocals are just amazing. So again, this is something that not a lot of people are going to know, but I think a lot of people should. There's so many elements that come together to make this amazing music. And it may relate to me more because I really like funk and hollow music, and because I did play trumpet and baritone, and it just puts you in that happy mood that gets to you. It makes you want to dance, and I wish I could, but I more than have 2 left feet. A little bit of woodwind. That hint of the big band days. I really need to look at the album and see who put all of this together, because he was a genius, or she. And the vocals, the vocal runs, the horns in the background. That young lady can blow. A little bit of scat. There's so much that I can hear in this one track. And if you really have to listen closely, or you don't pick up the funk bass line in the background, because the percussion, the island percussion, is just so predominant. You really have to listen to this a couple times to appreciate everything that's in it. It's the kind of thing that I would imagine, way back when people were vacationing in Havana, playing at the local hotel or nightclub. And if you can't tell, I'm smiling. I love it. And there's so much more in everything that I have back here, and a ton more that are completely different than this. I don't know how to explain how I got the musical taste I have. I guess it's just one of those things. Guys, that's, again, that, to me, that so much came together, so many different things, so many different styles, so many different genres of music blended together into one piece of art. And to me, that's close to perfection. Again, I can sit and listen to that over and over, and each time I grab another little piece of something different, or another little vocal run, or another little section of the brass or woodwinds and the bass line, and it speaks to me. And I hope it speaks to you, or at least gives you a clue as to who I am and what I like, because I like it all. I don't know how I got this way. I guess it's one of those things. I guess it's part nature, part nurture. Some of it comes with you, some of it you pick up from everything you've been around. I love it. And I hope you guys really like it. And if you like things like this, if you want to see more of what I have hidden behind me, please comment, like, share, send me a message. Let me know what style you want to listen to or what you'd like to hear. Chances are that I either have something comparable or I can talk to my daughter and borrow something, because between the two of us, there is just a ton of spectacular music.